Now boarding solo flight with Nicole Anderson. Hey guys, welcome back to the pod. Today we're going to be talking about a topic I feel quite passionately about. It is called sleep hygiene, and we are going to explain exactly what it is in this episode. I learned about the topic about 3 or 4 years ago when we were celebrating World Sleep Day, and I got to learn a lot about the importance of sleep hygiene and its effects on our actual sleep habits and our circadian rhythm. But rather than being the one to explain it to you guys, I probably wouldn't do a very good job, honestly. I figured you might as well hear it from the expert himself. So, on today's episode, we have Dr. Rodolfo Dizon Jr., an international sleep specialist with training in internal medicine, pulmonology, and sleep medicine. He is also the president of the Philippine Society of Sleep Medicine and chairman of the Philippine College of Chest Physicians Council on sleep medicine. So if there was ever anyone to ask about sleep, Dr. Dizon is our guy. And just to give you guys some context about how big this problem actually is, did you know that the Philippines collectively ranks number 4th on the list of countries in Asia, number 4th on sleep deprivation? And even worse, we are number 1 in sleep deprivation in Southeast Asia. Number 1. Okay, let that sink in. So clearly, there must be something that we are doing wrong, and hopefully, we can learn from Dr. Dizon on how we can adjust these habits and work on our sleep hygiene. All right, here's the episode. Hey guys, welcome back to Solo Flight Podcast. Today we are with Dr. June Dizon. Hello, Doc.
Hi, good day, everyone. To your listeners, thank you, Nicole, for inviting me to your podcast.
Of course, Doc, it is my honor to have you here. I'm so happy that you were able to squeeze us into your busy schedule. And for everyone who's listening, actually, I was already able to interview Doc Dizon a few years ago during the pandemic. And it is through him that I learned about this topic of sleep hygiene. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit, Doc. But Doc Dizon really is the man when it comes to sleep in terms of all the expertise, diba? So, Doc, I wanted to ask first and foremost, I think a lot of people have a vague understanding of yes, sleep is important, but can you give us a little bit more of an understanding of why is it actually so important? Because so many people take it for granted. Eh?
Yeah, sleep is very basic. It has been there with mankind ever since during the caveman days. However, because of globalization and digitalization, nowadays it has been deprived, and commonly the basic things are often forgotten. Sleep is very important. It's like the body rest for one third of our lives. We really need it. Otherwise, it will break down. Just like our gadgets, we have to charge it when it's low bat, or even the car when you're really using it. The old cars, not the new ones. When you're using it for a long time, it gets overheated. Same with our bodies. That if we don't really rest, there problems will arise.
That's true. And Doc, I wanted to ask you mentioned the rise of globalization, right? Have you noticed a trend or a pattern in the last few years of perhaps an uptick in sleep deprivation, or are people struggling to sleep better now, or is it the same as it's always been?
No, there's a lot of problems nowadays. I see a number of patients daily seeking for sleep consults. And there are studies back in 2019 and 2022 that showed the Philippines as the number fourth sleep deprived nation in Asia. And in Southeast
Wait,
Asia, we're number one.
we're number 1 in Southeast Asia?
Yeah,
Do you did
unfortunately,
you
yes.
notice, Doc, why? Like, do you do you think it has something to do with our culture? Because that's not a great thing to be number 1 at.
That's true. Um, Likely, we're also one of the top users of the internet around the world. I think that's a major
You
consideration.
think that's a correlation?
I think so. It's not really scientific, but when I talk to my patients, that's what they say. tutulog sila, magpapaantok. What do you do? I watch TV, I listen to uh, videos, I do social medias, and it really disrupts our sleep.
Oh no. Okay, that's actually what I wanted to ask you because I'm super guilty of that. Dalawa na nang sinabi mo, naka-check na ako. So, parang fail na ako sa test. Doc, what do you like? What are the top, siguro three or maybe top five things that you notice that are causing us to have problems to be number one in Southeast Asia of sleep deprivation? So you mentioned that the TV, the cell phone. What other things are causing us to have problems with sleeping?
Well, nowadays the world is really busy. The world's small, and as mentioned earlier, globalization. We have a lot of BPOs workers who do shifting. They uh, go to the work at night, graveyard shift, and it disrupts their circadian rhythm or the body clock. And I see a number of patients with that. Also, with the aging population, I see also a number of senior citizens who have retired from their work and they have all the time in the world to do things that they would like, or some don't even have things to do. So it disrupts their schedule. They sleep in the morning or daytime. They spend a lot of time in bed, and again, it affects our sleep.
Okay. So do you think does age play a factor in it? Are older people having a harder time sleeping? Is that natural or no naman?
Now, one thing that I also notice is that people nowadays do over analyze their sleep. The
That's
elderly is
me.
it's not only you. Don't
Wait,
worry.
I was gonna ask you. Every day I wake up and I check my sleep score. Is that a bad thing? You shouldn't overanalyze ba?
Yes, the body knows when it has enough sleep and when it does need sleep. So sometimes you just have to feed it. If you feel like it's I had a good sleep last night, so good to go. Or I didn't have really enough sleep. That would be suffice to say that the quality is good or not. But again, the those digital analytics, we tend to really overemphasize them. We just listen to our body.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so at least I can relax a little bit because for me, I really find that when I wake up and then my device, I have a watch on my phone for those who can't see the video. Sorry, I have a watch on my wrist. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I check my sleep score. And I think it's also a competitive factor in myself na if mababa yung sleep score ko, parang it affects my whole mood the whole day. I'm like, oh my God, something's wrong. And then I'm analyzing, oh, do I feel tired? Am I cranky? Am I hungry? Parang na-affect na lahat. So, rather than helping me, parang mas lalo pa siyang nakaka-stress.
Yeah, a lot of people do that thing. We tend to overanalyze uh, things that are go unnatural in our body. Uh, to think of it, we must be aware or conscious that those scores should be individualized. It's not a one size fits all.
Ah.
Sleep is not one size fits all. Others may need 7 to 9 hours of sleep on the average, which is the recommended. But there are some people who are what we call short sleepers, and they just need around 6 hours. They're fine, good to go.
Yeah. You don't so okay, so that's another thing I wanted to ask you because everyone always says, right? All over the internet and every time you hear people talk about sleep, everyone says it has to be 8 hours, but you just said 7 to 9 and then some people are okay with 6. How do you know? How can you check na okay, I, I'm an 8-hour person lang or I'm a 6-hour person? Is it really just based on how you feel or may test ba yan?
We don't really test unless we're thinking of a specific sleep disorder. When you have a good circadian rhythm or sleep schedule, when we for to our listeners, when we say circadian rhythm, it's the body clock. We wake up 16 hours a day on the average and sleep on the average 8 hours, 7 to 9 hours. But again, it should be individualized. We should not overanalyze the numbers that we have our gadgets on the clock, but rather we listen to our body. The most important thing is what time do you wake up even without the alarm. So when you go to
Ah,
bed and then you don't set an alarm if you're not really busy, and you just wake up on your naturally. Then on the
okay.
average, that duration of time is needed for your sleep.
So kumbaga you let your body tell you na okay, it's ready na ako. Kumbaga ganon, I'm ready na, gising na tayo.
Yes, yes, that's uh, we can do it. We can try it, mag-experiment during days that you're not really busy. You just sleep continuously until you wake up naturally without any alarm. So that would be uh, there will be somehow an estimate of the number of hours that your body will need.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that because I feel like it kind of removes the shame and the pressure from people kind of comparing their sleep with others, because that's another thing my friends and I do. I think it's also because we're competitive in a way, but sometimes I wake up and my friends will send me a screenshot of their sleep score. So parang mako-compare mo ba, ay, hala siya naka 8 hours, ako 6 lang. So medyo na-pressure ka. But I like that you're removing the comparison. Just like how they say, right? Comparison is the thief of joy. You have to listen to your body. So if your body is okay with 6, that's okay. Don't feel pressured also. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Perfectly well said. And I like that. Comparison is the ano yun?
Thief
Enemy of
of
joy.
joy.
Thief of joy. Yeah, yeah. Even just like when we're eating. Yeah. Some say that
Yeah.
buti pa siya, konti lang kumain, hindi nag-gain ng weight. But ganun yung body. That's how the body reacts, yung metabolism, the amount of food that the body wants. It's not really uniform. It's not one size fits all. It should be individualized.
I like that. So, okay, at least I can feel less guilty. Kasi pagising ko this morning, pag-check ko, sabi ko, naku, mababa yung score ko, baka judge ako ni Doc. So, at least okay lang. So, if my body said, okay na siya, okay na siya. Doc, I wanted to ask also, what would what advice would you give? Because you said, right, we have a lot of people in our country who work in the BPO industry, and they can't avoid that their work is night shift, right? So they can't they can't change that. They can't change their body clock, so they have to work during the night and sleep during the day. It's not something they can control. What can they do to perhaps make it better for themselves, or I don't know. What do you have any advice?
Yeah, that's the biggest challenge with those who are night shift or graveyard shift is the time that they sleep during the rest day. It should be consistent even during rest day. Kung natutulog sila ng umaga during work days, they should also sleep in the morning during rest days. Kasi the body tends to be confused. Even if they have commitments with the family, social commitments, they have to stick to their own schedule. That's the main problem. And most of the time, the patients that I see from the shift work, even those who work at the hospitals, the BPO, guards, they have difficulty initiating sleep during the first days of the work week because they have slept differently during the rest day. So that's the main important. That's
Mm,
the number one important thing in sleep. You have to maintain a consistent sleep schedule, whether you're working or not.
okay. Doc, how about naman for people who, let's say, mga flight attendants, pilots, who iba-iba, they have to travel naman and then iba yung time zone doon. Do they have to stick to the time zone of the Philippines? Or paano?
Para mahirap yung mag-stick sa time zone natin. So that's jet lag.
Oo.
When you travel between
Iba
continents.
pa yon.
Oo. Actually,
Iba na yon.
there,
Okay.
there's a trivia with jet lag. When you travel from east to west, it's easier. When we travel from west to east, it tends to get harder. Now, the reason for that is that we are more advanced in time, so ide-delay lang. When we go from the east from the Philippines, you travel to the United States. So, gabi dito, pagdating natin doon, umaga. No? Now, the body
Yes.
it's easier to extend your waking up time. So, magpupuyat ka lang, technically, magpupuyat ka lang to adapt to their time. But when you go back
Okay.
from the United States to here, so nangyayari kasi yun, gabi dito pero gising na gising ka pa because advanced nga tayo,
Yes.
'di ba? So yun yung ano challenge doon. But what we ideally 2 or 3 days before you go to a different time zone, you try to adapt to their time. But again, it's not
Ah,
reality, mahirap yon. So, I personally do because I have commitments 2 to 3 days before going to abroad. Uh, during that, when I board the airplane, I set my watch to the time of the destination, and then I follow their time.
oh, I like that. I'm gonna do that because I also travel a lot for work, and I find my biggest struggle is when I come home, jet lag talaga, doc. And then, yun pa, like, niloloko ako na friends ko na, hoy, 3 days na jet lag ka pa rin, hindi ganyan kabilis ang jet lag. Doc, para manggaling na sa'yo, doctor na, gaano ba katagal talaga ang jet lag? Kasi, lagi nila ako sinasabihan, ako maabot 2 weeks.
Should be just 3 days to at most 1 week siguro kung difficult talaga. Uh,
Hala,
the,
okay, so mali pa rin ako.
matagal, matagal yung 2 weeks.
So,
Matagal.
1 week, okay na dapat.
It should be, it should be. Uh, yung may time talaga that you're cranky because don't have enough sleep, but we should try as much as possible to wake up during the daytime. Yeah, you can drink coffee and then expose
Okay.
yourself to bright lights. Medyo warm yung temperature kasi pag cold it tends to make us feel lazy and sleepy. And then
Ah,
activity,
okay.
movement. Do a lot of movement during the daytime.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Because I think what happens with me is it's difficult for me to adjust because all my work is in front of a computer. So I'm just sitting for on a computer for 8 or 10 hours in a day. I'm just working, editing, all these things. So walang movement, walang exposure to sunlight, ganyan. So I think kailangan kong gawin yun. Doc, what are the main signs that nagkaka-sleep deprivation ka na? Pwedeng
Number
3,
one,
pwedeng 5, whatever.
I'll just mention what I think. Di ko maano. Yeah. Number one, you'll feel
Okay.
sleepy during the daytime. If you don't have enough sleep,
Okay.
you'll feel sleepy, definitely. Because aside from the circadian rhythm or the body clock, there's what we call the sleep drive of the body. Parang yung
What's that?
how hungry your body is for sleep. Uh, Technically, when you wake up in the morning, the sleep hunger or sleep drive is low. As the day progresses, when it turns night, it goes up. Parang nag-empty, naglo-low bat ka na yung body. That's what we call
I
sleep
like that
drive.
term. Nalo-low bat na. You sleep drive, low bat. Noted. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's
yeah.
one sign. What else?
That's one sign. Sleepy. You're irritable. Some things that don't really bother you, it tends to bother you because you're cranky. Kasi you don't feel good. There's poor quality of life. Number three, uh, there's more pain intolerance. You feel more pain. Mabangga ka lang. Para, aray, ang sakit naman nun. So, ganun yung mga
Ah,
nararamdaman for sleep deprivation. And then also, there's difficulty in processing. Medyo yung sabi, sabaw o kaya lutang. Di ba, pag puyat tayo.
sabaw. Pag sabaw or lutang, baka puyat.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
With sabaw and lutang, there's poor learning skills. Parang slow ka, nakatulala ka
Okay.
lang, di ba? Pag puyat ka before, during my school days, di ba? Pag puyat, kahit nag-aral ka, but you can't really process the things. That's what I would want to change. If I knew it before when I was a student, I should have gotten enough sleep. Kasi kahit anong basa mo, it would be difficult in the processing and the memory skills. Nababawasan
Yeah,
talaga.
parang hindi siya nagre-register kahit ilang beses mong basahin.
Correct,
Parang in my
correct.
mind, naghahang. Parang
Yeah.
loading sa phone, di ba? Naghahang ganon. So,
Yes.
para lang pala tayong cellphone, Doc.
Yeah.
Naghahang, naglalag.
So, yeah.
Kailangang
Yeah.
i-charge. Okay.
Yeah. Kailangan mag-update. Ganon.
Oo,
So,
kailangan may update. Okay.
yun.
What
And
else, Doc?
lastly, yung mood natin, it tends to make us more somehow mas madaling ma-depress, mas madaling maging anxious, na you don't really feel good, so you're not really at the top of your game.
You know, that I love that you mentioned that because that was going to be my next question. Do you find that there is a correlation between anxiety and sleep deprivation? Because I find now more than ever, I think one, people are having more conversations around anxiety. And I think because maybe you mentioned because of globalization, we're a lot busier now and we're constantly connected. Dati, at my parents' time or even before my lolo and lola's time, di ba pag uwi nila sa work, hindi na sila matawagan ng boss nila or wala nang connection na, wala nang email na papasok na, oh, you have a deadline, right? But now we're so connected and I feel like our anxiety levels are so high. Do you see if there's a correlation between anxiety and lack of sleep?
Definitely, there's a direct correlation with anxiety and lack of sleep. It's really proven scientifically, and yeah, mental health is a very important issue nowadays. Before, okay
Yeah.
lang yun eh, nung when, wala yan, lilipas din yan dati. But now, we really tend to we need to prioritize that one. And yun, yung having difficult to sleep and also having so much sleep may be a sign of depression sa atin, no?
Okay.
Pag depressed ka, tulog ka ng tulog, nagkukulong sa kwarto. And also, if you're anxious, you have difficulty initiating or maintaining sleep during the night. And yeah, it has a bidirectional relationship, yung sleep and anxiety or mood. Um, Again, yung na-notice ko because of this, our age of social media kasi, we tend to, instead of being uh, inspired by other people's post, masaya ka, somehow yung mga
Yeah.
nakakausap ko kasi, they feel not really envy, but they have uh, low self-esteem. Kasi, ba't siya travel ng travel? Ako, dito lang sa
Hindi
pins sa mga sa
maiwasan
village lang. Yeah, hindi maiwasan. And
na
yeah, uh,
mako-compare.
yes, correct. So,
So
yun ang
kapag ganun, Doc, anong advice mo sa mga patients mo kapag nag-open up sila na ganun?
you have to write things that you are thankful for. What we call gratitude journal. It helps a lot. So
Mm.
some of the things that we tend to overlook or dinededma natin, when you magmuni-muni lang sila, sit and think na in their life, ano ba kailangan talaga natin? Food, shelter, clothing, electricity, sleep. Yun lang, enough na tayo, di ba? So,
Yeah.
yun, again, tama, yung kanina, yung jealousy is the, ano, I'm sorry,
Comparison is the thief
comparison.
of joy.
Yeah, comparison is the sheep of joy. I'll take note of that. That's a very good quotation. Uh,
O, di
and
ba, Doc? Natuto ka rin sa akin.
syempre naman, I learn a lot from interviews like this. Di lang ako yung nagsasalita,
Joke
but
lang.
I learn a lot also. So, yun, you don't have to compare. Yung pagdating pa lang, yung paggising pa lang, we check the score and then we compare to our friends. Don't bother doing that. It's my just an advice. No? You don't have to do
Yeah.
it. You just listen and do our way. Kung ano yung tingin mo, yung feeling mo sa pagtulog, you follow your body.
Listen to your body, no? I like that. Sige nga. So, the next time sinendan ako ng friend ko, sabi ko, Hoy, sabi ni Doc, iba-iba tayo. Listen to your body. Huwag mo akong dinadamay sa 8 hours mo. But Doc, ako kasi, I love to sleep. And I know a lot of people, there's this term nga online now, yung mga sleepy girls. Is there such a thing as too much sleep or hindi rin? O basta if your body is yung sinabi mong sleep drive kapag inaantok, matulog, pero may sobrang tulog ba?
At again, yung parang cellphone, no? Para tayong cellphone ngayon. Pag noon 100% na tayo, magigising na. Automatic yun. The body will wake up. Especially when you have things that drive you. Yun nga, what do you wake up for? Then you'll go for it immediately if you have very good sleep. Yung oversleeping, it can happen for people who have what we call sleep debt. Yung for the past days, puyat sila, they were able only to sleep 5 hours, 6 hours, sometimes 4 hours, especially the students or kung may mga deadline that we have to meet. And then after the finishing that task, on the succeeding days, we tend to oversleep because we're paying off the sleep that we didn't have for the past days. Utang na tulog or
So,
sleep
totoo
debt.
yun.
That's true.
Totoo yun na parang you're catching up on sleep.
Yes, yes. And it should happen.
Okay.
It happens a day or two after that pagpupuyat.
Okay. So that's another thing because ayan na naman my friends are telling me, hindi nag-iimbento ka, hindi totoo 'yon. Anong catching up. Tapos na, that's yesterday, past is past. Hindi daw. Okay, sabi ni Doc, you can catch up on sleep kung puyat and pagod. Your body's telling you that it needs rest.
Yes, and also for those people who are sick, they need a lot of sleep more than the normal person.
Ah, that's right also. I noticed that like when I have sipon or ubo or like a flu, doctors always tell me to sleep and to rest and hydrate. So if you're
That's correct.
feeling under the weather, it's natural that your body will naturally crave more sleep. So you shouldn't feel, I guess, guilty if you need more rest.
Yeah, that's you need rest when we're sick. Sleep also increases our immunity. Lack of sleep decreases our immunity. So when we're feeling not that good, we have an infection or colds or uh, anything that's abnormal in our body, the body will respond by saying in our mind, you need to sleep, and you should sleep longer than the usual time.
Okay. Okay, Doc, so let's get into this topic that I mentioned at the start of the show where you were the one who actually taught me about sleep hygiene and this whole concept. Ever since you told me that, Doc, wala nang TV sa kwarto ko. Like, in-adjust ko na yung mood lighting, ganyan. So, explain to us muna, what is sleep hygiene?
Wow, I'm so happy nakinig ka pala nung natin talk doon.
Hindi, pero
Yeah,
Doc, medyo
this,
fail kasi yung
yun
cellphone
lang.
ko, nung una, iniiwan ko sa labas. Kasi sabi ko, no devices in my bedroom. Hindi tumagal. After a few days, hindi ko mabitawan. Dinala ko pa rin hanggang kama. So, medyo
At,
fail ako doon. Bagsak ako doon. But everything
at,
else,
at least yung TV wala na. Kasi in our pictures, di ba, yung pag may bedroom, big bed, comfortable, then may TV, but it tends to really affect our sleep. So number one, really, is to have a consistent sleep schedule, as mentioned before. The circadian rhythm or the body clock should be uh, consistent, and also our it should be also in jive with our sleep drive. So gigising tayo sa umaga, fully awake, your sleep drive is low. At the end of the day, your circadian rhythm will tell you, oh, it's nighttime, dark na, we have to sleep. And then your sleep drive or hunger for sleep is also high. So pagkaano siya, magkakaroon ng signal sa body that you'll be able to sleep easily. Yun yung number
okay?
one. And then, yung environment natin, the bedroom should be comfortable, no? Comfortable bed, comfortable pillows, temperature should be what you need. There's really not colder than the daytime, yung temperature. But it depends. Some people want it warm, some people like it really cold. Again, listen to what your body wants or what your mind wants. And
Okay.
the lights should be dim. There should be no white light. Yellow light lang or dim light sa bedroom when it's time to sleep. Yan.
Mga
Another
doc, how
thing,
long before you want to sleep? How long should you start adjusting the light? Like two
yeah,
hours before bed, 1 hour, paano?
ideally 2 hours, but doable is 1 hour. So, yun yung what we call
Okay.
downtime. You have to have a downtime. In a busy life, ang dami nating ginagawa. So, there should be a routine at least 1 hour before. 2 hours better. Pero 1 hour is good enough. Yeah. A warm, a warm bath, then settle down. Yung things that's running in your mind, I really advise doing journals. You write it in a book, especially those things that you're planning to do the next day. Sometimes may running
That's
thoughts,
my
di ba, pagkahigaan mo?
problem.
Sometimes, di ba,
All my
pagkahigaan natin,
thinking happens at night.
yeah, yung mga ideas, may ganun talaga eh, na yung ideas really don't have time when it appears. So, but at night, kesa pag may bright idea, what I advise is to write it down in a journal. No? Wala namang magbabasa ng journal. Kahit inis ka, kahit masaya ka, write it down in a journal. Whether it's in paragraph or in bullets, in phrases. What, basta, when you lie down, you'll be more comfortable thinking na tomorrow ko na iisipin yan, nakasulat naman. Because the mind at nighttime, it's more emotional. No? Ano ba itong gagawin ko? Paano ko isosolve to? But in the morning, we think to be, we are more rational. Alam ko na gagawin dito. Kasi nagagawa na natin ng paraan para ma-solve or gawan, no? Ma-check yung bucket list natin.
Doc, may hidden camera ka ba dito sa condo ko? Kasi parang lahat ng sinasabi mo, guilty ako.
Hindi
But,
lang naman ikaw. Ang dami-dami ninyo. I hope that a lot of our listeners will also learn some things or pick some things here. Pero ang dami kasi yung mga makikita na when I see people, patients in the clinic, makikita mo na, not really being judgmental, but when I see them na makikita mo kung may problem sa buhay, mas mahirap yon pag may problem sa family, sa health, financial. But some of them are really happy, but they're just poor sleepers. And ayun, ano sila may nanonood ng TV, laptop, nagsa-cellphone in the bedroom. But another thing for the sleep hygiene, if I may inject it, the the bed should only be used for sleeping and intimacy. Nothing else. Yung mga work, mga laptop, you have to bring it outside the bedroom. The bedroom should be considered a sanctuary for our rest. Wala na, papahinga ka lang talaga doon. Lahat ng
mm,
worries mo, iiwan mo doon. Lahat ng mga tumatakbo sa isip mo, galit mo, write that down in the journal. Or an hour before you can meditate. A lot of people also uh, sabi ng patient ko ano daw ako spiritual person eh. Yung I encourage we pray before sleeping, very important yon, connect to our creator, and everything will turn out fine kasi ganun naman yun eh, di ba? uh, it's not all things are in our hands, and when we overthink we tend to worry about things that we cannot really control. Wala tayong magagawa doon. We have to let go. Pag ganun.
ay nako, Doc, ang hirap mag-let go. Pero tama ka dyan. Parang baka sa iba mapunta yung usapan natin, Doc. But I like what you said about making the bedroom a sanctuary because kumbaga, lahat ng problema, iwanan mo na sa labas. So, kung yung laptop, ganyan, yung journal, yung TV, iwanan mo sa labas para maybe does it have an effect subconsciously also na pag pumasok ka ng kwarto, matutulog ka na, parang alam na rin ng body mo na, nandito na tayo, naiwanan na natin yon bukas na yon. May ganun ba or no?
Meron. Talaga, a lot of things that we act on is based on the subconscious mind. Di ba? Minsan, pag nagda-drive tayo or may ginagawa things na routinely, parang may autopilot tayo. Di ba? Ganun din yung sa sleep.
Yeah, so hindi ko alam, bigla na lang akong nakarating na sa bahay, naka-autopilot ako. So, that also has an effect. Parang sleep din yan.
Yes, if we think about di ba, yung soldiers yung mga soldier natin na, when they sleep, automatic na yun eh, tutulog na sila. Because they're trained na once they lie down, tulog na yun eh. Konti lang yung tulog nila when they're in the combat zone. safe zone. Ganun din tayo. I would like to share to your listeners na there are a lot of patients, a handful of them, yung sinasabi, Doc, di ako makatulog. Ano ba yun? I always ask them, ano oras po ba kayo natutulog? Humiga sa bed. They will tell me 8 to 9 p.m. Yeah, what time do you get up from bed? 8, 8 a.m. Sabi ko, parang tagal nun. 11 hours kayong nakahiga. May mark na ng body niyo sa bed niyo. So, uh, yun. Uh, there's a term, what we call prolonged time in bed. So, sa tagal mong nakahiga, hindi mo na feel na nakatulog ka because nadi-disrupt. Parang again, sa eating naman, i-correlate ko sa eating. Pagkain tayo ng kain, hindi mo na mararamdaman na, uy, lunchtime na, kailangan natin kumain. Or dinner time, we have to eat na. Kasi kumain ka na nung, ng merienda, ng marami, na heavy. Ganun din sa, natin, sa paghiga sa bed. It should be limited. There's a thing na prolonged time in bed that a lot of people aren't really aware of.
Ah, okay. So you think it's actually better to just go to bed when it's time to just sleep. Like don't use the bed as a place where you'll just hang out. Tama ba?
Tama, yeah, true. Yung yung bed should on we should only lie down in our beds when we are sleepy and if it's the right time to sleep and nothing more. Tama na yun, 6 to 8 hours or 7 to 9 hours yung recommended natin. All the rest, you have to go outside of the bedroom. Ang problem pala, I'll bring this up, yung a lot of our, uh, a lot are living in condos na, sabi, studio type. So, yun,
Yes.
paano ako higa? What I advise is to compartmentalize. Meron kayong bed na nandun, which you don't do anything except sleep and intimacy. And then, may other parts naman. Kung mag-work ka, have a study table or area for that. If you have to eat, dun lang kayo kakain. So, kung mag exercise labas na lang. We have to compartmentalize because subconsciously, our body will act that way. Pag sanay ka ng matulog ng mahimbing, paghiga mo sa kama, you won't worry about anything. Autopilot na yun.
I like that because then you're giving us workable tools that will parang building blocks will help us get there eventually. Parang as you said, as your body starts learning and adjusting to your compartmentalization, then it will eventually be easier. Hindi naman yan parang one day sinabi mo lang, okay, wala nang TV sa kwarto, okay na yung sleep mo, right? It's kind of like you're building towards it and you're training your subconscious to help you
Yes,
sleep better.
yeah, correct. Well said. Yung sa sleep, it's, it's a work in progress having a good sleep until you perfect it. Yung parang wala namang nag-gym na one day o 1 week lang, panay muscles na o may six-pack na, di ba? Ganun din yung sa pagtulog. So, it takes a lot of time to make it perfect. But again, improving it one night at a time will do wonders in our life. Number one is to prioritize talaga. We should prioritize our sleep. We need it. And yan, hindi natin naiisip na-affect na pala yung lives natin. No?
Exactly. And I think one thing the pandemic taught us, I mean, it taught us so much, but one thing we can definitely safely say that we can walk away with is that health is wealth. And no matter what happens in the world, if you're not healthy, wala ka rin namang magagawa. 'Di ba? Like the way
Correct.
I think a lot of people kasi I have a lot of friends na parang ikinakayabang nila na I'll sleep when I'm dead or sleep is for the weak. 'Di ba may ganong like mentality, macho mentality na I don't need sleep, that's for the weak. But also you're not going to be a useful functioning person in society if sabaw ka naman. You know, puyat ka nga, gising ka nga pero wala ka namang natutulong kasi cranky ka or hindi ka maka-register, hindi ka makaisip. Parang it's pointless din, 'di ba?
Yeah, tama yun. Before, yun nga, sabi nga, ang dami nagsasabi naman talaga, sleep is for the weak, but eventually it catches up on them. They have health issues and then yung productivity really gets affected. And maybe hindi over time, tumatahimik na lang sila. Ma-pride lang, hindi sila umaamin na, ay, hindi pala talaga, hindi, mali pala yung sleep is for the weak. So, but eventually, they'll really need it. The body will order us to get more sleep.
True. So guys, kapag meron kayong mga friends na mga nagsasabi na, I don't need sleep, sleep is for the weak, hayaan mo na sila kasi makinig na tayo kay Doc. Si Doc ang expert, siya ang nakakakita ng patients every day, hundreds and thousands of patients. So, the science backs us naman. So, i-prioritize natin ang sleep. So, Doc, you mentioned, let's just recap before we close the show. With sleep hygiene, you mentioned that temperature, whatever temperature you're comfortable with. So, temperature, lighting, it should be not white light, it should be dim and leaning more yellow light. Keeping the bedroom a sanctuary. So, compartmentalizing. Don't hang out in the bed. Make sure it's just a place for you to sleep. Did I miss anything else, Doc?
Keep a consistent sleep schedule. That's the
Yes.
most important one.
Consistent sleep schedule. So don't feel bad even if you guys are working night shift, either in a hospital or BPO, whatever industry you're in, just stick to it. Kumbaga, pinasok niyan, panindigan nyo na. 'Di ba? Kung,
Yes.
kung tulog ka during the day, panindigan nyo na. Para make
Yes.
your life easier na rin.
Kailangan schedule din talaga eh. You have this, we have to schedule yung sleep for those who are in the shift workers, yung night shift. Talagang plus minus 30 minutes at the most plus minus 1 hour yung wake up and sleep time nila. Otherwise, your sleep will be affected.
I love that. Is there any other advice or tips that you would like to give our listeners, Doc, before we close the show?
There's a thing, what we call behaviorally induced sleep deprivation. And yung
Okay.
hino-hold off lang natin yung tulog before lying down. And sasabihin, kulang yung tulog ko sa gabi. Bakit? Dami ko kasing ginagawa. Ganito yung routine ko. So, we have to set that time. 7 to 9 hours. Right? 8 na lang. Sige, kahit 8. 7 to 8 hours of sleep in our days busy schedule because we want to live healthier. Sleep is essential for health. It has been discussed for the past years worldwide. Sleep is essential for health. Otherwise, uh, lack of sleep will catch up on us. It may lead to increase in blood pressure, blood sugar, mood disorders, even yung mga diseases, stroke, no? Obesity. So, number, doon nagmumula lahat when we have adequate sleep and rest.
So, behavior induced sleep deprivation. So, we need to also train ourselves to notice those behaviors and those patterns so that we can prioritize our sleep. So,
Yes,
kung alam na
correct.
natin, and I think me and my friends, a lot of us are guilty of this, na, what's it called? I saw an article about this, and it wasn't a TikTok, it was actually an article, guys. I actually read, okay? It was something about people are sleeping later and later because they were so busy during the day that they never had time na to unwind. So rather than sleeping by 10 p.m., let's say lang for example, they wanna catch up because hindi sila naka-cellphone the whole day. Busy sila. So magsuscroll sila ng TikTok or ng Instagram for 2 hours hanggat sa napuyat na sila. Kasi parang hinahanap nila yung oras para sa kanila, their me time.
Yes, yes.
Tama ba?
Kasi we have important yun yung me time. From our busy schedule, you'll settle down. Ang problem lang with social media, I'm for social media, but at the right time. Merong term na infinity pool or doom scrolling na scroll ka lang ng
Yeah.
scroll because the algorithms are really great. Ang galing nila eh. Di ba? Habang nag-scroll ka, it
No,
gets more
they're really designed
interesting.
to capture
Yeah.
their attention. That's what it's designed for, right?
It's very efficient. So uh, before you know it, 1 o'clock na pala, 2 o'clock. No? I'm also human. I'm a sleep doctor, but I'm also human. I also become a victim of that sometimes. Pag wala akong pag rest day ko, sige, scroll lang ako. Wala,
Yeah.
1:30 a.m. na. Dapat 10 or 11 tulog na ako. So, yun yung problem dun sa mga gadgets. Yung because of not only yung blue light, I'm sure a lot of your listeners are aware of it. Yung the gadgets emit blue light. That's why they had the night mode na setting. It becomes less bright. But again, there's a study published that it's not only the blue light but also the content of what you're scrolling that keeps us awake. And nagigising ka eh.
Mm.
Uh, when winding down, we should do things that are relaxing. Yung pag-scroll minsan di naman relaxing, or minsan mapapakita ka, uy, okay, shopping na online shopping, ma-excite ka, it will tend to
Oh my
to
God.
get emotional.
Patama ba yun, Doc?
Nakarami na
That's
ba ako?
me.
But, yung what is advice is not really gadget but printed materials, yung mga books. When newspaper, kasi newspapers, we tend to get emotional with the news. It's pag may sensational issue. But yung
Yeah.
book na yung self-improvement, or scripture, Bible, or yung mga things that will make you feel better. That's one key important thing. When you're winding down before sleeping, yung me time, don't really scroll or watch naman sana yung mga movies, but you meditate and think about yourself, our lives, because that's when we find ourselves, no? Kung ano yung important talaga sa atin. Then when once
Yeah.
we know it, you'll get more relaxed. And again, yung tip ko palagi, do something that makes you happy or relaxes you. Kasi yung scrolling, it makes us happy but it doesn't really relax us. So,
Yeah.
yun. Uh, yung, that's why we advise an hour before sleeping, we avoid digital devices. Pag daytime, okay lang yan. We
Okay.
listen to, no problem.
I love that advice. And Doc, I think it's a great reminder because that's, I think, the one thing I'm really struggling with is putting my device down at the end of the day. And I think it's because I haven't found a good book that has captured my attention again. Usually I really try to read before bed. But because sinabi mo yan, I think it's a great reminder. I'm going to go out today and I'm going to find a good book and I will update everyone. You, Doc, I'll also update you and I'll update all of our listeners if I am able to work on and improving my sleep patterns. Thank you so much, Doc, for all of that very useful and applicable advice. And I think what I really like from hearing from you is that it's nice to hear that we're not alone and that a lot of us, a lot of your patients, and a lot of people are approaching you with similar dilemmas. And we're not all on this solo flight of sleep deprivation alone. So it's nice to know that, we have these tools and this advice that you give us that we can try to incorporate so that hopefully we can all be better, not just functioning humans in society. If that is your goal, then of course sleep will help with that too. But in just helping our overall well being. Doc, is there anywhere or how can my listeners reach you or find you if they have any questions or if they are really struggling with sleep deprivation or any sleep disorders? How can they reach you and find you?
And I have a Facebook page, Dr. June Dizon, Pulmo Sleep. And I have clinic at the University of Perpetual Health Medical Center in Las Piñas, Manila Doctors Hospital, Medical Center Taguig, and ACE Medical Center Pateros. But again, there's a lot of doctors, sleep specialists there. We know everyone. Na small community lang naman yung sleep specialist. So kung sa area nyo, you can seek, if you have trouble sleeping and it bothers you, talk with your doctor.
Okay, thank you so much, Doc. I will also be sharing all of those details that you mentioned in the show notes and in the description box if you guys are watching on YouTube. So all of his details will be down there. Or as he said, of course, reach out to your doctor because they've been the ones who have been taking care of you this whole time. So they know your history and they know everything about you. Thank you so much, Doc, for taking the time and really teaching us all about such an important topic. I think what I really want to stress with this episode is that it's so easy for us to take it for granted, and we're always prioritizing so many things, but at the end of the day, if you are not healthy, it's gonna catch up to you, and aanhin mo naman lahat ng na-achieve mo in success kung may sakit ka naman. At the end of the day, hindi mo rin siya ma-enjoy, 'di ba? So thank you so much, Doc.
Yeah, well said. Thank you very much, Nicole. It's really I had a good time here in your show, and thank you for putting spotlight in sleep. It's really important. Hindi ka lang solo flight. Ano yan? Fully booked yung flight pagdating sa
Na
sleep deprivation.
fully booked tayo, guys. Fully booked yung mga team puyat dito. All right. Thank you so much, Doc. Nice
Thank
to
you,
talk to you
Nicole.
again.